Biggest part we need is our waistband. We don't actually need a pattern for the waistband since it's a rectangle of 6 centimeters by half the waist measurement plus 16. It doesn't need to be exactly 6 centimeters wide, it can be wider so long as it has one straight edge. Could be a long piece of scrap from the selvage or folded edge really. Always be sure to mark the wrong side, and like I've said previously, the waistband is cut along the same grain as the trouser. This can be a bit complicated because the fly guard needs to be right side up when it's attached to the inside of the right trouser. I've laid the left trouser correct side up, or right side trouser correct side down, same thing, onto some fabric, still following the same grain. This is the same as my previous zip video, except different measurements because I thought it was too big. Start by copying off the notch, curve, inlay, and waistline, at which point remove the trouser and draw a perpendicular line away from the curve a few centimeters down from the notch. Mark points 4 centimeters and 5 centimeters on that line from the curve. From the top, also chalk a line 5 centimeters from your first line, and handrail the first curve about halfway around before splitting it into two lines, one going to the 4 centimeter point and one to the 5 centimeter point. At this point, extend the waist and the inlay lines. Now decide on the shape and dimensions of your fly guard, bearing in mind that this dimension will have a centimeter shaved off of it when it's bagged. I went for 4 centimeters at the top, which was another 4 centimeters below the waistline, which is curved into the fly. Be sure to mark stitch or cut the notch, and cut out the patterns that you drew. Split the mark stitch if applicable, and then on the piece of fabric that you drew on, cut away the extruded block at the top and also the small curve at the bottom. That is your fly. Do mark the wrong side of the fly guard. If you get it the wrong way round, you'll be somewhat displeased. For the back pockets, should you want them, mark the appropriate pieces that you need. Obviously it changes depending on the pocket you want, but for my double welted pocket, 2 jets of 19 centimeters by at least 5 centimeters, and the bearer 19 centimeters by at least 10 centimeters. Keeping in mind that the jets are cut longside with the grain, like the waistband, and the bearer is cut longside perpendicular to the grain. Again, here with the belt loops, I'm just illustrating that the long side is with the grain. Blind and facings for your front pocket also need to be cut. Lay your trouser over some fabric, and if it's a patterned fabric and a slanted pocket, then definitely be sure to line up the pattern. Trace around the outside, being sure to carry on an extra 10 centimeters down from the bottom of your pocket, I'd say. Copy off the notch as well, and proceed to also mark the waistline, pocket slant, and the top notch. This one will be the blind, also referred to as the big facing, and I worry that I'll get tired of saying that this is bespoke clothing that you're making so they can be whatever shape or dimensions you want. But for now, I'm marking a point 4 centimeters down from the bottom notch, and then I'm adding 6 centimeters on behind the slanted pocket line. Copy off the waistline and its inlay again, copy off the notches and copy off the slant, and a few centimeters down below the waistline again. Right, take away the pattern to measure down 1 less centimeter than you did for the blind. It's not totally necessary to do 1 less centimetre, but this way the seams won't be sitting on top of one another. The same idea is employed adding only 5 centimetres behind the slanted line, but you also need to add a centimetre in front of the slanted line this time. Having cut them out, you'll do well to mark the notches and then the slanted pocket line on the blind, being sure to mark the wrong sides. For the side adjusters, I just have the pattern we made in the waistband video. Well, not the same one, my normal one, but my point stands. We can trace it off alongside with the grain, marking the wrong sides and splitting them into their 2 pieces.